So wow, a lot of picks are getting opened up one by one here.
Yeah.
Yuzong, Atlas,
Dude,
Khalid
finally,
might be available. Yeah,
finally.
because I cannot but think that Blue Fire will be banning the Selena.
They cannot afford to give that Selena
Yeah,
out.
I think on Etomax. So
And the Yuzhong, and the Farsa's out. Man,
yeah,
they
I'm
finally decided.
I'm actually surprised that the Farsa went out. Has taken first ban priority onto Blue Fire.
Got traumatized by
I won't expect. I won't expect the Uranus to be banned already. I mean, you can easily answer that with an Esmeralda.
Yep. Although it's not always 100%, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think last series we saw someone got demolished by an Esmeralda get demolished with a lineup.
Line up with
With
an
the shield
Atlas. Yeah.
lineup,
I
right?
with the Uranus. Yeah.
Yeah, so we still have a lot of
Oh my God.
question marks to be answered.
Look at the available drafts here. We got Yuzong, we got Khalid, we have Selena, we have Uranus.
That's a lot of options being
It's a lot of
opened up.
options. You know, you only have four pools. We only have 2 remaining bans here. What will be allowed by Blue Fire to be the first pick of Execration?
I really want to say that they want to go for Uranus because I don't think Execration has a really big off-lane priority. Execration's priority has always been on that carry role. Always.
Look at that. They have the first pick advantage. They don't want it. They
No
don't want the
Yuzong.
Yuzong. They don't want the
No
Yuzong.
Yuzong.
All right.
That's fine. That's fine. Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We're also forgetting Execration is one of those lineups.
Yeah.
One of those teams that really like the Hellcurt as well.
Yeah.
We still cannot count out that Hellcurt. So a lot of these picks are already being considered here for sure. And Blue Fire are being very careful with that last ban. Are we gonna give away Uranus? Are we gonna give away Khalid?
Uranus, Selena. Which of the three will be given to Execration?
Really, you look like they're scratching their heads
Yeah.
there.
But when you're choosing between the three, you have to predict. You have to try to go for the next set of picks here.
You will get the next two.
Yeah,
So that's fine.
you will get the next two out of the three. So they decided to deny the Khalid. Side lanes will be safe. Now again, I don't expect that the Uranus will be prioritized here because right now it's actually awkward to have the Uranus Esmeralda on the lineup. Totally understandable that the Selena is prioritized
Yep,
once it is
that's right.
chosen. So Blue Fire now, this is kind of awkward for them. If they chose the Uranus, they actually opened up.
They actually do. I
Yeah,
feel
they
like,
actually opened up
Selena.
also the Esmeralda.
yeah.
Pick for the side here of Execration.
And that's fine. I think if they force an Esmeralda pick here, it's going to be answered really easily as well by Execration, so they should not do that. Now on the side of Blue Fire, I'm thinking about, there you
That's
go.
good.
As you mentioned, Esmeralda going to be locked in. Still easily counterable by Execration as soon as we get a confirmation of that. There you go. You got locked in. So a lot of possible answers for this Esmeralda.
Yeah.
I like that Blue Fire is still sticking with this Esme. They have a lot of faith in Limbs.
They have a lot of faith in Limster.
That's
Still
really-
yet to perform in this series. Again, Uranus is totally out of the equation now.
Yep,
Right.
for sure.
Because if they choose the Uranus again, there's freedom for Execration to choose the Esmeralda. So why not? So just choose the Esmeralda here. Things are getting close still onto this running draft. We might see a core already.
I think this is going to be definitely a core for Execration.
Yes.
They don't want to leave that 2 bans for their core. Obviously, if they pick up this Selena, we might see
So, a
a
Ling,
Yisun Shin.
Exborg, alright.
Okay. So, man, your predictions on this game were on point. They do go straight for their core,
Yeah.
which is, of course, that Ling obviously hates, should be the one to use that.
Are
But we will see a possible pick up on Yisun Shin.
Lancelot.
Lance
Yeah,
is
but the
great.
problem is they're all melee.
And we've seen what happened when
Yeah.
they went all melee last game.
Yeah.
Your team
All right, the will
Your
still all
picks,
go
man.
melee. They
Your
will still
pick
all
rates.
go onto
That's nice.
all melee here.
Still all melee, which
And that's actually a lineup that's quite vulnerable to the last Insanity
my gosh, it
and the
is.
X-Borg.
Good
So
luck there.
Execration now has the better command for this game.
Now-
Yeah.
Bans are going to be happening here, and I would really, really like to remove that Hylos again in this if I were Blue Fire.
Yes.
This is a lineup that is going to rely a
Yes.
lot on mobility, and they do it right away.
Yes, that was
Instant.
nice prediction there.
Instant luck.
Rockhart. Of course, Execution will be eyeing the support here, the utility support, and also one side lane here for Blue Fire. Valerie is really good. It
Valerie is
will
great.
stop the X-Borg on advancing. So
Yeah.
that's really nice. I'm just curious. I have good expectations on the Ling, on the hands of Execration, but Ling got nerfed heavily.
Yeah, by a very, very big amount.
Yes.
We were talking about that
Earlier.
off
Oh.
cam.
Yeah.
Man, Link's
Those
gonna
are
get
serious numbers against
very,
Ling.
very serious numbers. And the fact that if Link gets crowd control, he falls from the wall. That's a big deal. And that we did see that it was very difficult for last game from Omega to capitalize on the Link.
All right,
because of
so they're eyeing the tank support here for Execration.
No
That's why
Benny
there's the ban
Cutie.
onto Benny Cutie, maybe probable side lanes here. That's a very, very good ban onto the side lane as well.
Oh boy.
On the Gatatkacha. And totally, I don't expect Blue Fire to choose Amasha here. I think that
Yep.
might be too much. They could... Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
They
I
could-
know.
No. There is an option. We might see a Cyclops here.
That's a big possibility. And
Yeah.
don't forget, teams have really, really liked that Cyclops to deal with Lynx,
Yes.
to deal with Selena.
Yes.
And I would not be surprised if that happened. But again, they are still looking for a way to really not die
Oh, they could
out
choose
of
a
the last
Cyclops.
insanity.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna insta lock it yet.
Blue Fire can save it for last pick.
Probably for
Yes.
last. Pick.
No chance for Execration actually choosing the Cyclops in my opinion.
No, for sure.
I think that's too much for the side lane.
And their lineup is gonna be super duper squishy.
Are right.
Full melee
Well,
comp. Here we go.
I did mention it is awkward to have Esmeralda and Uranus on one lineup, but with this kind of comp, totally okay. We got a Kagura, we got a Baksha. We might see a Cyclops here, but actually Kagura can counter it. But let's see what will be the utility support of Blue Fire.
Okay.
No Valier, no Farsa, no Selena. PNK, I'm not so sure.
I would actually be okay with PNK here because they
alright.
need that lockdown. They don't have hard crowd control again.
Cyclops.
Looking
But the
for
problem
a
is of
crowd
the
control
Baksha. The
hero.
problem is of the Baksha on that part.
Yeah, even if you lock down the Baksha, doesn't care. He doesn't
Yeah,
care about
doesn't
that.
care.
He's gonna absorb a lot of that damage, obviously, right? But
Let's see. Time to step up.
full
Blue Fire.
melee, Blue Fire. What's happening here? I don't know about this. I said crowd control, not super duper crowd control. That's like the most crowd control hero you can think of. I don't know.
That Nana will be crushed
This is gonna.
by the Kagura, by the Baksha even.
Oh man, I don't know if you guys like this pick, chat, but we're gonna see if our faces are like what?
Yeah.
We're obvious there on camera.
I
Sorry,
mean, you
but
could go PNK. You could even go for Cyclops in my opinion.
Cyclops would have been better. I don't know. I feel like
I mean, in terms of damage, in terms of burst,
Cyclops is like a perfect balance between crowd control and burst damage, right? So that's the reason I would have liked it. But Nana is just like all basically crowd control here.
and they're all
Where is your
melee. And they're all melee.
Yeah. So what Blue Fire is saying is, okay, do whatever you want. We will put all of our coins, all of our
Yeah.
eggs into Chu,
And they're all melee, man.
onto Lancelot, and they're
And
all
they're all
melee.
melee. I mean, yes, Nana is ranged, but
Yeah,
what we're asking is some heavy backline damage. Actually.
Right, there
Heavy
you
backline
go.
damage. And you can even go for Chango, but of course, I would prefer the Cyclops. I would prefer the PNK over the Chango for that composition. But Nana,
Well-
well, we'll see. My vote here goes for Execration.
Execration's gonna probably win this out with 2-0, but we don't know yet as
Yeah.
we are heading into the map here
Yes.
for
It's gonna be-
possibly the last game for
It's
the
gonna be
night.
awesome if Blue Fire prove us wrong.
Yeah, I would like Blue Fire to
Yeah.
prove us wrong.
Yeah,
Let's- Please justify for
let's
us
see.
why you
Yeah.
would pick Nana here.
We will see what happens here. All right. 5 members allocated here for the mid lane.
Okay, so there's a lot of pressure coming in from
Dito?
for
Yeah.
Blue Fire. I like that. They're
Yeah.
pressuring all of the major objectives right now, but they're not really they're not getting it. You know,
Yeah.
they're just showing and flexing, but they're not really on the cusp of getting these. So I wonder how well that's gonna happen because
Oh.
Execration, they got both Lito
Yeah.
and they got the blue, and
Yeah.
Blue Fire's not getting anything.
Yeah.
Except for gold.
Well, yeah, we got 2 here delaying his buff. That's one. That's kind of a setup for the
Mm-hmm.
turtle. But I'm not expecting if Blue Fire is really setting up for the turtle just by delaying that buff. But the big win there is the double Lito.
Big win
Yes.
here.
So it may seem like a lead there by Blue Fire, but that came from the side lanes.
Yes.
The side laners here of Execration actually missed out the first wave.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a pretty big deal.
Yes.
That's also a reason why they are behind in gold. Because those big first waves are big sources of gold as well. And aside from the big buffs, the purple and the orange, those are the ones that you really want to get in the early game. And Execration kind of allocated a lot of resources just to protect these.
Very interesting rotation there by Benecutie, but still was able to dance around.
Yeah. And that's fine. So
Yeah.
early on, you can see a lot of tough boots for Blue Fire. They expect a lot of magic damage, and they're not afraid to flex that right away.
Yeah.
And tough boots are going to be one of the biggest deals here because it also kind of deals with the crowd control
Yes,
of
yes.
Execration.
Yes. So far things are looking good now for Blue Fire here. Again, they're starting to answer the early damage to be handed on by Benecutie along
Right.
with Edamax. But
Yep.
trap here? No, that's
going to
Kripzu.
be, Kripsu is going to be able to absorb a lot of this damage, except
Still no?
that's still a big no here. You,
Yeah.
you can only do that jump once. And
Yeah,
then
I
it
can
goes
only
on
do the jump
cooldown.
once. So that's all the full combos landed onto Kripzu. Just burning the cooldowns here. That's round 2. That might be it, but no follow-up on Benecutie.
Yeah, man, Chewy's going to be in a pretty weird position here.
Oh, that was big and massive onto Hate. He did
Awesome.
answer though with his Phantom Execution, so he was
Yeah.
able to escape.
At least, but that was that's not ideal,
Yeah.
right? That's not ideal here for Blue Fire. So at least they will still have Chu alive, no major casualties, and the gold flow is still pretty stable for the red side. And Blue Fire, they will be able to at least get that Lito back. Finally, right? They got
Yeah.
something back here on the map, and they're proving that you cannot bully us in the early game.
We're getting the second cycle of the buff here. Hate dives in. Still the buff is secured down by Cho. Hate with half health. Edamax getting focused on by Kripzu. He can commit. Force the flicker out and Edamax dives in for the Soul Eater. Garrote out. That was very risky, honestly.
Cheeky. That was
Just
very
very cheeky. Kripzu can actually flicker in.
I would have loved to do that.
Yeah.
And that would have been funny, and that was an instant punish. But, of course, Execration not going to be allowed to punish here. But all they're doing is they are giving a lot of map control over to Blue Fire with these small interactions.
Yes, but they are still not dying. You got Kripzu here, chasing down onto Sagitnu. Etemax has no flicker. He only got an arrow. Kripzu staying down for the buff near the blue. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's going to be it for the meantime. However, of course, Blue Fire will slowly grow this lead. The mages of Execration are not really good at that big wave clear, so that's why they're lagging a little bit behind. Look at the Benecutie. That
Always.
wave is not dead,
Yeah.
and he's going to be denied experience once more
Yep.
by Blue Fire.
Yep. So it is, no, it's not a Kagura funnel, no? Alright,
It's
it
not,
is
it's
a
not.
side lane Kagura.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a side lane Kagura.
More
Alright.
of a controlling type support Kagura, obviously.
Yes.
Not the big burst Kagura, not
Yeah.
the marksman Kagura that sometimes we see.
Yeah.
A big time reliance on setup here for Execration. They are looking for that big yin yang overturn into last Insanity play. We're not gonna see that yet, because obviously they need to farm up a bit more. So
Yeah.
Execration needs this game to draw out. They need it to go long.
Yeah,
for
they're
it
just
to
being
work.
careful here. But of course, remember, Hate here goes for the dive, focuses onto Limbs. There's still one first kill here coming in from Hate, but it's not gonna be committing towards Limbs, and that is gonna be Benecutie caught off guard. First blood into the hands of Chu.
That's pretty big there. I
Yeah,
feel
that was
like
big.
Execration, their
Oh!
mission vision is to dodge in.
Beautiful Thornrose there.
But they're
Not
back.
for Hate. Secret here will be advancing, but not gonna be committing under the turret.
Yep. As I was saying, mission vision for Exa is just to stay alive, and they failed one already.
Yeah.
And because of that, Blue Fire are going to be more confident to invade.
That's really nice. Let us see here. Not gonna be seeing where the purple buff will land, but I think that is onto the side of Blue Fire. Yin Yang overturn goes for unseen. Of course, there is still the passive available. Arrow chases down the kid, and that's it. Nana will be saying
Why?
goodbye onto that in Tagalog pana of the Selena.
Yep, the Nana on the Pana, that's the big thing here. So, big mistake by Atomax to just TP in front of the base with the Lancelot nearby. That was a little uncalled for. The Lancelot was very visible there, so I'm not sure why he did that. But, of course, because of that, Execration is fighting under the turtle,
Yeah.
and they still are able to not get it.
Yeah, and I could actually feel the movement speed
The pressure.
reduction onto Ling.
Right. It's a bit
Yeah.
slow to
Yeah,
watch, though.
on the Blade of Tempest, that's 20%. That is really big. Right now, things are looking gloomy here for Execration. And there goes Blue Fire. The arrow misses down for the middle of Grip Zoo. Etamax tries to chase down. Grip Zoo hides onto the brush, gains the shield, gains the regeneration and added stats. And I think that's it. Things are looking really gloomy here for Execration.
It is. Execration, they're trying to stay alive here, but again, Blue Fire are using their toughness, their full melee composition. They are using it to go straight into the heart of Exec, and they're having a tough time dealing with it.
And I just want to mention that, through here. Thorn goes just for the chase down.
Chaknu.
Nice. Back up
My
by
gosh.
Gripzu onto Chaknu. Lots of damage being delivered as well by Cho, the passive of the Lancelot. Paying dividends here for Blue Fire.
That's a free 0-1 Lancelot here by Chu, and they are not showing any signs of slowing down.
Yes.
I kind of expect this to keep going because right now they have proven that Chaknu is not as tanky as it seems, and that they can dive under tower very
The mission
well.
here for Execution is to stall. Actually, in the late game, they have the added advantage here in terms of damage trade compared to the Nana. And remember that Liams is still not getting some obvious lead on this Esmeralda. So there's the possibility of the comeback. The problem here is also of Hate. He's not given freedom to go for the dive. The damage into the ring. Let's see here. Tons of damage being delivered coming in from the Yin Yang Overtime. Re-engage here. Down for the Ling. And of course with the Blade of Tempest. Makes him hard to target. Followed up by Benny Curie. The Roshu Umbrella. Not flee, but Chase actually completes it with the Chogomogo. We got here another kill maybe. On to that Nana. No passive on that kid. I think that's it.
Yeah,
No, there's the
there
gonna be
is the passive.
Arrow! No,
No,
more.
of course. 1 HP almost for Atomax. But because of that, Execration now have ability to push onto big objectives like
And
that
that's what we're
tower
talking about.
and the turtle.
And that's what we're talking about. Again, the problem here is the lack of damage. Yes, you get the Lancelot, but the follow-up damage for the Lancelot. Once you shut down that guy, once the Thorn Rose is burned, once there are no more stacks for the puncture, it is going to be awkward for Blue Fire.
That's true. The advantage that you get by picking the Nana is that you're great in the early game.
Yes,
You have
yes.
a great early
You have a
game,
very strong
lots
early
of
game.
crowd control,
Yes,
but
yes.
we are in the mid-game now.
Yes, actually, Execration observing their playstyle, that was very, very conservative in the early game. Totally understandable. Now, Etamax can take the fight. And again, I just want to emphasize that Ling did step up. There go for the chase down onto Etamax. Good.
What a save!
By Chakno slam dunk into the base
Wow.
here of Limbs on Kripzu. Hate chases down Limbs. Ladies and gentlemen, Arrow will
Why
be
did that-
sidestep in almost connected onto Limbs. But at least he will be able to walk away.
Man, that Esmeralda's sexy,
Yeah.
So, the curves must be so thin
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
The
just-
arrow was, I think, right there.
It's just exact on the curves there. We got the Gillette instant replay. Hashtag shave the day. And again, actually started after the Yin Yang overturn of Benny Cutie. There is a very nice juggle between the two. Again, it's not just Hate that they have taken their attention to. Blue Fire, that is. Benny Cutie was able to follow up. And that semi-umbrella opened.
Yep.
They shot big damage against Execration.
That was
Actually,
a-
curious about
yeah.
Benny Cutie if he has the Thunder Staff. Or
We'll see
roundabout.
later.
Yeah.
Let's look at that later. For now, though, Hate looks like he's having a lot more fun. Now that he has his items completed on the link,
Yeah.
that's a 2-0 and free lane,
Yeah.
and it is not slowing down as well.
Yeah.
And we are back in the rhythm here. This
Yeah.
looks more like the Execration that we know.
Yeah, actually looking, not Thunder Staff, sorry. It's the Lightning Truncheon. It's been a long time since we've
Yeah.
seen it because some natural users of Lightning Truncheon stopped using it.
That's
Swapped
true.
it actually for, swapped it
Thunderbelt.
actually for, not just Thunderbolt, but actually Calamity Reaper.
Right,
Example,
yeah,
right?
for mages, big
Yes.
time mages.
But let us
Oh!
see, and also Glowing Wand. Let us see here. Arrow onto Atom, coming in from Atomax, and followed up here by Hate with his Blade of Tempest. But the first one to react will be the first one to lose. There's the reaction coming in from the Link. There's the reaction coming in from the Lancelot. Both of them will be gone on this lot. Let's see here. Secret. Oh, advancing forwards towards the Gitnu. Chaknu body blocking everything that he can. Hate re-engage. Link is still alive. He goes for Secret. Now
Whoa!
tries to go for the cleanup and dish out big damage. But this is a Uranus. He has enough of deadliness in his blade to complete the kill. Unseen is the next. And there's again another passive here for the Nana. But no escape from the Zenbon Sakura.
My
and that's it,
gosh.
ladies and gentlemen. Hate cleans up. It's a total of a 4-4-1 exchange here. All in favor of Execration.
Man, great micro mechanics coming in from Ling. I gotta commend these guys for doing that. And you have to commend Blue Fire for being super persistent
Yeah.
in the early game.
Yes.
To keep it. But you know, as we were told earlier, those who get it, those who are persistent, they get it.
This is a new this
Yeah.
is a totally growing Execration as well, who's not just going all in with the fights.
That's
Tries
right.
to know when to tone down.
That's
Tries
right.
to know that yo, they gonna nana. We will
don't
surely win
need-
this one. We don't
Yeah.
need to fight in the early game. We
That's
just
right.
need to get a scaling down. If we kill that Lancelot, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
So-
it for Blue Fire.
And that's exactly what happened in that last fight as well. They took care of the Lancelot, and because of that, Hate was able to maneuver even better around
Yeah.
the map. So super persistent for Blue Fire, and they got it. But Execration, they just want consistency, and they are getting it.
Yes,
Keeping
and
it.
things are, Execration is maybe under the draft. They already read that maybe the hero pool of Limbs is a bit low. I mean, Blue Fire has been
interesting.
obviously prioritizing the Esmeralda, and
Yeah.
it's not, it's not as impactful as it is supposed to be.
Well, I feel like I can respect that, right? I
Yeah.
can respect the